Should a Joe Biden DOJ investigate and prosecute Donald Trump? Yes. Not for political reasons. But for justice. Yes. Not for retribution. But because the facts and national integrity dictate it. This is not just about Trump, it's also about his cronies and enablers. They need to be prosecuted to the full extent of the law. They have humiliated and shamed the USA, destroyed its reputation and dented its idealism. They have betrayed it, like two-penny traitors. An example need to be made of them while the world watches. Without a shred of conscience, they turned that shining city on a hill into a hellhole of shady backstreets, drunken bars, and gaudy bordellos. Damn them all. Yes. Don't even ask the fucking question. Yes, the answer is yes. As much as many will say no, put it behind us. America has no choice but to push the corruption, grifting racism and acts against the state into the open and prosecute the perpetrators publicly. Otherwise, in 4 years you face the same levels of corruption all over again. And support NIs in tearing the cover off of Trump's tax, insurance, and bank frauds, enabling them to strike the Trump criminal enterprise a death blow while sentencing them all to Madoff jail terms. Doing this, you send a message to the next Donnie and his ilk, the citizens of the US and the world, that you are serious about solving your corruption problem. Otherwise, you are a third world country. If the USA wants to get any credibility back on the world stage, then yes. I really liked Biden's response when he was asked this. He said he wouldn't stand in the way but wouldn't push the DOJ to investigate because the department shouldn't be treated like the president's personal law firm. But yes, they absolutely need to reset the standards of the White House and go back to a time when the law was upheld. No. Jesus fucking Christ, haven't you learned anything? It's not Biden's DOJ, it's the American people's. Joe Biden should pick an AG and never talk to him/her again. Make it public how he never talk with them. Just pick someone you know who will follow the law and rip that orange fuckbag down statute by statute. Trump, his family, Barr, Giuliani, the whole gang. Lock him up. After the Aryan Brotherhood and Latin Kings, the largest prison gang in America might be the former Trump campaign officials, Trevor Noah joked on The Daily Show. If the USA DOJ will ever regain trust, it will be only after they investigate and prosecute Trump and all his enablers. Without such prosecutions, DOJ will never regain trust. Not by Biden's order. He should fire Barr day one, replace him, and let the new AG make the determination. Of course, any competent appointee will choose to investigate. This can never happen again, and the only way to really hammer that home is to make these fucks accountable for their actions. I know there's a history of forgiving the sins, but not with this, not this time. No ignoring it, no whitewashing the memory. Why stop with Donald Trump? There's a whole network of sycophants and enablers that have committed a litany of their own crimes. There is going to be a full commission into presidential criminality. Fuck. Yes. Root and stem these motherfuckers. Yes, and I will be exceptionally upset if he doesn't. Yes. Look at how well the Obama era "let's look ahead, not back" idea worked out. Every one of those ghouls waited and got a second at dismantling the American democracy. We need to weed them out. Both prosecute him for crimes before the presidency. For his fuckery during the presidency, we should have a public reckoning, where we lay all of his misdeeds bare, so that people understand who he is and what he did. The reason I'm concerned about prosecuting him for things in office, is that Republicans will do the same if the next Dem president so much as jaywalks. If these people walk away with no consequences, then our society will be right back here in 4 years. Yes. And many others. Criminals have been running rampant for almost 4 years. Yes. What kind of question is that? Prosecute all criminals. Not just the ones who can't afford lawyers. WTF is wrong with America RN? Yes. For all the GOPers out there, would you support Joe Biden being able to do the same things that DJT has done? You all good with that? Using the government to harass red states because they didn't vote for him? Joe asking Russia to hack into GOP campaigns and plant false evidence or leak emails. If you aren't, then you should support prosecutions for every criminal in the admin. If justice is truly blind, then it should not matter if you are the former president of the United States or a penniless beggar. Impropriety must be punished. If Biden lets Trump off the hook, when the courts find him guilty, in the interest of healing the nation or some other Lincoln-esque political maneuver, I will be furious. All that will do is send the message that you can destabilize our government from within and never receive punishment for it. We let the Confederates off the hook, and we are still paying the price for it today with their culture war. If we let the fascists have their way, they'll continue to wage war on the American ideal for another century or more. Edit. Thanks for the award. Why wouldn't they? Yes. Live on national TV. The people that have been duped by this clown since the beginning need to see evidence with their own eyes. A nation of laws, no man is above the law. Justice demands this criminality be exposed and punished. Yup, certainly investigate, likely prosecute. Joe Biden should appoint independent, competent people to run the DOJ. Investigations into Donald Trump would be a natural consequence of doing that, not an explicit political goal. Fuck. Yes. Why is this even a question? What a stupid question. Yes, just like Obama should have gone after Cheney and his cronies. No justice, no peace. Ask this question another way to see how absurd it is. Should a president be allowed to commit crimes with no repercussion? Yes. Duh. Yes. Abso-fucking-lutely. No brainer. Clearly they should investigate, and if they can prove criminal actions, prosecute. That's what law enforcement is supposed to do. Yes. If crimes go unpunished, it will be open season on the American presidency and the republic. Can you imagine a Trump with charisma and intelligence backed by the resources of a foreign power knowing they can act criminally once they assume power? Convene a special counsel to investigate the Trump campaign and all Russian contacts in 2016 without a narrow mandate and let prosecutors follow the money. Ask the FBI director to create a task force that will look into all of DOJ's 4-year corruption, from FBI New York field office leaking info about Hillary to Rudy Giuliani to Bill Barr's corruption. Create 2 Democratic lead commissions. One to investigate crimes at the border due to the separation policy and refer all criminal referrals to the DOJ. And another for the COVID response with an emphasis on political favors influencing federal response, helping red states and swing states and letting blue states rot. But first appoint an absolute pitbull as Attorney General. One who doesn't play politics and one who is very mean. SDNY alum. Doesn't take any shit. Yes, and if he's found guilty, punished to the full extent of the law. Should the DOJ investigate and potentially prosecute someone who has very openly done illegal things? Let me think. Yes. No one should get away with crime just because they're in a high enough political position. Doesn't have anything to do with Trump the person but with his actions. A Donald Trump DOJ should investigate and prosecute Donald Trump. The answer to this question is always yes. That question is so funny, I thought I landed on a joke and humor sub. The question should be, how will Biden's admin make sure in the future no more president ever needs to be investigated by the DOJ? Nope, cause Joe won't have a DOJ, nothing about the DOJ will be his. Joe will hopefully / likely appoint a decent man as an AG, shake his hand and never have contact with him again. America will have an independent DOJ that will persecute the living bejeebus out of all the sociopaths tainting the White House, not because of politics but because the law demands it. There is no need for Biden to involve himself or pardon Trump, and why should he?